YouTube? It's Chalzor the Destroyer, and we are going to watch a Joshua with his video of I tried every famous cartoon food. You guys know I'm food motivated. So grab your snackies, grab your bevies, let me know what you're eating or drinking down below. And let's get to watching.
The first time I gained consciousness. It was when SpongeBob forgot the Krabby Patty formula. I know you remember that. Ever since then, I've wanted to try a Krabby Patty. So what if there was a way to do that? That is why today we're going
He's got his own subtitles. I'm not used to that. Okay.
to make and taste the top 12 most popular foods from various cartoons ranging from SpongeBob, One Piece, The Simpsons, and many others, of which will fight to win the title of the best cartoon food ever. These are
I'm gonna warn you. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna warn you. I'm the pickiest eater. I don't eat a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna judge this based on whether or not I would eat it. The answer is gonna be I don't eat most things. So y'all are gonna be mad at me, but let's go. This does look good. I don't know what it is, but it looks visually pleasing.
all foods voted on by you. The top 4 vote getters are gonna receive a first round bye, while the other 8 duke it out in round 1, starting with our first matchup. Number 9, bacon and eggs from Howl's Moving Castle. The competitor, number 8, the bet it all on black garlic burger from Bob's Burgers. For the record, Drive My Car was in second place. You know, I know a lot of people were asking for it, but you can buy black garlic, or you can make it. It's actually not that hard. Just don't try stealing it from Fig Jam. Now, most of the videos online use the Bob's Burger cookbook as fact, but we did our detective work, and guess what? Everyone was wrong. The version Bob makes in the show is totally different from the book. On the show, Bob makes an onion parm red wine vinegar sauce that we presume is pureed, because the bottom bun gets shredded romaine, diced tomatoes, and a drizzle of the sauce. There's no onions in sight at all. Now spread on the black garlic, the only ingredient actually mentioned on your cooked burger patty. Add it to your bottom bun and crown with a mayo brushed top bun. The only thing
I would not eat this. Just because there's a lot of stuff mixing and like I'm very plain Jane. Hey Busby. I'm very plain Jane, so like I don't eat a lot of stuff on my burgers. I eat basically almost nothing but ketchup on my burgers, so.
that I would hope that we would achieve is some sort of a reaction that might have us going, this is an exquisite mouthfeel. Next up, number 9, bacon and eggs from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, it looks good. Oh, look at that bacon. That's like a thick bacon.
We didn't have an open fire, there is a calcifer appearance. The cartoonishly wide bacon is everything here, and we're committed to that. So we're meat gluing 2 pork bellies together, placing it in sous vide.
Pork belly's good.
Slicing it and roasting it. This was not an easy task, but we wanted to get it right. And then we finished off in the frying pan with our eggs. Feed calcifer the shells, of course. Look, we didn't have Miyazaki's budget here. Cook the eggs sunny side up, right in the bacon grease until the whites are set. Get a big block of cheese, some fresh bread, and a hot...
Hell yeah, big block of cheese and some bread. Yes, I want to eat like a medieval peasant.
hot cup of tea ready. And of course, 2 spoons.
A medieval peasant in a fantasy world, by the way, not actual medieval peasants. Thank you.
And a fork. Our judges today are Chef Christian, a kid at heart with a very discerning palate. But our second judge is someone we could have never expected. Someone who has brought smiles all across the earth. Bill Oakley, former showrunner and head writer of The Simpsons. I'd love to say it's a small world because now he's making food content and what he calls an elevated lowbrow reviewer on Instagram. We're a big fan of him and we're happy to have him here.
I mean, this is eggs and bacon, but you do have a very big block of cheese and some bread and some hot tea. This is kind of fire. Serving like a bacon steak like that, amazing idea. So instead of getting a ton of tiny slices that are super crispy and maybe almost dry, instead you get this thick, beautiful, luscious, almost steak-like slice of bacon. It's so
Yeah, pork belly's delicious. You can get it at a Korean barbecue places. I highly suggest it. Put a little salt on that. Yes.
salty, it's fatty. And of course you got some fried eggs. It's a fried egg, so it's not that special, right? But altogether, this makes a pretty classic breakfast. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of bread. I like it.
It's delicious, but the cheese is really what puts it over the top for me. Something about that particular cheese on top of this stuff takes it to another level.
The bacon, thick and luscious. The egg, runny. The tea kind of does help wash it all down.
Let's bring out the burger and see where that stacks up. I will say visually, to me, this looks like a very average burger.
It looks like a burger from a cartoon, which is exactly what it is. It looks like if you were to draw Archie comics, 1959, they're having a burger in Pop's Chocolate Shop, that's what it would look like.
It's actually a very good point. There's a lot of black garlic underneath that.
No cheese.
They're betting it all on black garlic, so let's taste. You know, it's leaving a lot to be desired. I don't know if I would bet it all on this black garlic burger.
It's shockingly bland. Even the black garlic is barely noticeable.
Dang.
There's a lot of black garlic on this. I'm really not picking it up that much. But all in all, I would say it's like tasty, but it's not like blow my mind. I'd come back to this restaurant if it were a restaurant.
It's really lacking something, and I don't know whether that would be cheese or some other element.
Also, I noticed there's no like acid like a pickle.
So, yeah, it's lacking in texture too. It doesn't have any crunch in it.
So that's the issue. It's lacking depth, I think is what we're talking about here. So,
Yeah, the lettuce you put on there looked weak.
oh, let's vote. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, bacon and eggs.
Woo! Oh, crazy. I thought you were a writer. I didn't know you were an artist. It seems odd at first glance, bacon and eggs beating a burger, and I get that, but
I would also just straight up eat the block of cheese and the bread. Yes. Absolutely. And the pork belly. I'm a little iffy on eggs. I would eat some of the eggs. I don't eat a lot of eggs, but still delicious. I also, as we know, prefer an iced sweet tea to hot tea. Miss me with hot tea. I love an iced sweet tea. I'm Southern. Let's go. But still, I do it. I drink it. It's fine.
honestly,
The burger wasn't that good.
yeah, sometimes there's beauty in simplicity, and I think this is one of those moments. Moving on. Number 9, Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle moves on to the next round to face our number 1 seeded Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
Our next first round battle is an anime showdown. Number 5, Naruto versus number 12, One Piece. Ramen may be the real secret to
So my issue is I don't eat curry. I can eat ramen, but I do not eat curry. This is tough. For me personally, I would probably have to say the ramen because I just don't eat curry. I'm very limited in what I eat. But I want to physically look at the curry first.
Naruto's success, specifically extra.
Also, so sorry. I do make curry, by the way. I make a Japanese style curry, kind of. I make it completely wrong. I make it for people. I don't eat it myself. I make it wrong, straight up. The reason why I make it wrong is because I get like those blocks of like the curry stuff that you add in. I put in entirely too much stuff in my pot. I put too much meat in, I put too much vegetables in, and then when you put the block in, I put the correct amount of water, but I stuff everything else in there. And then it's like, okay, put this block in, and then I'm like, this is like watery. It's like runny. So I double up the amount of like curry blocks you're supposed to put in because visually, because again, I'm not eating it. Visually, I like a thicker sauce. So that's how I make my curry. So far, everyone has liked it, or at least told me that they liked it. I haven't necessarily asked personally, but like sometimes I ask. But like even if I don't ask, people usually like it or tell me that they like it. But straight up, I just make it wrong.
large miso tonkotsu ramen with extra chashu from Ichiraku Ramen.
I also, as terrible as it is, sometimes mix the flavors, like, are the sauce, whatever, because you have like mild, hot, extra hot. I will mix those. So I'll mix like a mild and a hot, or a mild and a medium, or whatever, because you have like mild, medium, hot, and extra hot, and I'll just mix them. I have yet to get complaints. People might complain in the like YouTube, you might complain. That's totally fine. That's what I do. Cooking's about fun, man. It doesn't have to, you do what you want.
Now, here's the funny thing. I actually order my ramen exactly like this, and I ordered it like this before I even knew about Naruto. That said, I've made tonkotsu the hard way and an easy way that I've devised. But that would take a while to explain here, so head to the link in the description if you want to learn how to make it. We never saw exactly how Naruto's favorite ramen is built, but I've worked with enough Japanese chefs, and this is how I do it. First, a nice miso tare, then a rich tonkotsu broth.
It's important to note this is Japanese. It's Japanese curry paste. It's not that hot in the grand scheme of things. It is close to white people hot. Like, I'm just saying.
Creamy and delicious. Of course, cooked straight ramen noodles. There's absolutely no dipping ramen here. Followed by an extra heaping helping of chashu. Your soy
That's so good. Look at that chashu.
ramen, which is bamboo shoots. Narutomaki, or fish cakes. This look familiar to you? Thinly sliced green onion. Nori. I don't know how Naruto is eating this every day and not gaining weight. I guess it's all the energy he's expending, but realistically, I would also eat this every day, even without a lifetime pass to Ichiraku Ramen. Next up, number 12, Sanji's.
See, look, you can see it's kind of watery. I like a thick consistency. I don't even eat it, but I like it to be thick. But like it's kind of watery.
Curry, aka Marine Captain's Curry.
Like it's not covering, Like, you could tell by the specks on this potato that there is sauce on this potato, but it doesn't look like there's any sauce on the potato. Um, I don't know, maybe I'm just used to gravy, right? But, like anyway.
From one piece. You've been asking me to make this dish for a long time. It starts with freshly ground garam masala. Then we go on to seasoning and marinating our beefs with aromatics and yogurt. Next, we finally dice onions, cooked until beautifully browned and caramelized. Then we blanch tomatoes so that we can peel their skin off. Now, to the lard flour base of a curry roux, we then add curry powder and garam masala. Mix until lightly brown and fragrant. Then to a pot of boiling carrots and potatoes, we add the curry roux, beef stock, the tomatoes, and of course, those beautiful browned onions. Give it a mix, and finally we add our marinated meat and cook. Bring it to a boil, simmer, reduce. Finish that off with some nice sweetness from a freshly grated apple. Serve it up on a beautiful marine plate, and let's just hope you don't get thrown overboard. I'm scared.
I'm gonna say the ramen, I think, looked better. That's just me personally. I would do the ramen.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't wanna let you guys down on this.
Naruto versus One Piece. Which show is better? That's not what we're answering today, actually. But we are gonna find out which of these dishes is better. Let's start with One Piece, yeah?
Oh, wow. It's going to be hard for any other cartoon dish to compete against this.
This is the type of dish where you take a bite and you're like, maybe I'll just have a little. And then you say that about 30 or 40 more times until the plate is empty. It's a classic Japanese curry, but a little bit elevated. I mean, you've got this like succulent fatty beef, incredibly spice-rich curry sauce, and it's just so rich, but it's not too heavy. There's a little bit of sweetness from that apple.
I could eat a gallon of this. We still got 7 more dishes to go.
Now we have Ichiraku ramen. Cheers. How is Naruto not fat?
He's burning mad calories. This is what I imagine.
Burning mad calories.
When he's at the bar, just housing it, asking for more.
I've always found that the more amount of noodles that I can get in my mouth, the better. This is ridiculous. It's unctuous, it's creamy. It's almost like every flavor you want in one bowl. There's nothing missing. But I don't know that I would say that that's not true about the curry either.
These are both excellent dishes, and it really comes down to what you personally like. The curry makes me crazy. This is great, but it doesn't make me crazy.
Interesting.
I mean, they're both heartwarming, right?
1, 2, 3, boom, 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 boom.
Aw.
Upsets our number 5 seeded ramen from
All right.
Naruto. To be fair, they're both delicious dishes. We don't have time to talk about it, so we're moving on.
Now we have the battle of the fat man versus the fat cat. This is Family
No.
Guy
Oh,
versus
God.
Garfield. First up, Family Guy's Car Panini. Look, if you try to put Peter Griffin on a diet, he'll escape to the convenience store and probably make this in his car. So
That's-
I begrudgingly
It looks upsetting. That looks upsetting to me.
did the same.
Car panini, panini press, bread, 3 sausages, peanut butter cup.
Of course, don't forget your crumb.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter cup. Peanut butter cup. Yeah, I would be sick.
Doritos.
And
It gets worse.
the egg cracked right on top. Oh, God. I don't ever want to see this image again. Now, you might be thinking,
Ugh.
oh, well, what about cleaning your hands? Why are these so big, Haynes? Whose are these?
It's used as a bib too.
Well, good thing it looks like this now. Oh, my God.
There is quite literally
Oh
nothing
my
good
God.
about this sandwich is made. After we pressed it,
They're gonna eat that, guys. They're gonna eat that. Oh my
Billy
God.
Bradley stayed in the sandwich, and well, let's be real, it doesn't look good either.
Okay, I was like looking at it and I was like, I don't know what this like orange stuff is at the top. I was like, maybe that's, I don't know, some kind of relish or something they put on it. It's fucking, oh my God. Oh God.
Next up, lasagna from Garfield. Wow, there's no definitive recipe out there, but we did lean into a comic strip where the owner, John, actually makes the lasagna. And hearing Garfield say in his first movie, I like it for the cheese and the meat and the sauce. Are those not all the basic things that make up a lasagna? So first, a layer of bolognese, a layer of freshly cooked lasagna sheets, more bolognese, ricotta, and another layer of lasagna sheets. Repeat this a few more times to top with a
hope
heavy
this
dose
one
of
wins.
mozzarella and bake until a deep, rich golden brown. Now we can enjoy nature's most perfect food, according to Garfield, not me.
Garfield kind of popped off on that.
Lasagna?
This is f***ing
Lasagna.
insane. Thank God we have Garfield's lasagna. But you know, this could be good, hypothetically.
Never say never.
Let's start with the best dish here. This looks like a cross section that I saw possibly in my nightmares.
It's
Yeah.
grotesque, intentionally.
I mean, it can't be that bad, right?
I mean, look at Peter. He's okay.
Is he?
You know what? It's not bad. You guys don't look like you're sharing the same sentiment as I am.
It's the Cadbury egg that derails the whole thing. I would
It's like, it's not as bad as I was worried about it being. That doesn't mean it's not bad.
It would be tolerable if it weren't for that. It's repulsive. I mean, it's intentionally repulsive. That was the joke in Family Guy to begin with, that this was gross.
Yeah.
And it pays off. In real life, it's just as nauseating.
It almost evolves from like, oh, there's sausage, and then there's some sweetness.
Please stop talking about it. It's gonna make me sick.
And then it transitions to vomit.
The sausage and Dorito part was
Okay. Please stop talking about it. I'm gonna be sick.
pretty good, but it's when that freaking Cadbury egg swarms your mouth that you want to barf.
All right, lasagna.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I don't even
Get you a palate cleanser. You deserve it after that.
think we need to vote. It's standard lasagna. And I think anything that isn't vomit on a plate would beat this. And so, what's your vote?
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. There's really not much to be said. Peter, look, you did something.
It does smell quite a bit.
That's it. Moving on. And Garfield's lasagna
Oh, God.
moves on to the next round. Not really a surprise here.
In our final first round battle, we have
Okay.
Jake's perfect sandwich from Adventure Time, something I've always wanted to try. And up next, the Simpsons Ribwich from Krusty Burger. Jake's perfect sandwich. Let's make a sandwich that is bigger than any other sandwich I think I've ever made in my entire life. Now, we will
If you cannot take a bite of every single thing that is in the sandwich, I personally think you have failed. Or the sandwich has failed. Unless you set it up to where, like, hey, everybody's an adventure. But if it's just like a normal sandwich and you're supposed to get every flavor and every bite, then it has failed.
We'll be doing this a little bit out of order, but we will get it all in there. First, we'll start by torching our bread. Spread both sides with cream cheese. Next, some sprigs of dill on your top bun. On the bottom bun, pickles from Prismo. Add some sliced boiled egg, along with any bird you can find from a window. Followed by sliced cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, yellow onion, and of course, the finest seasoning, tears for salt. At least that's what Jake would do. Finally, our steak. Next up, bacon. And lastly, you didn't think we'd leave out the soul of a lobster, did you? And honestly,
Okay, what is the soul of a lobster? I feel like the soul of a lobster should be like either A, put some lobster in there, or B, I don't like maybe put some lobster in the sauce? In like this part? I already forgot what this was. But like in this something, I don't know. There is a lot going on. Like it is like an every meat burger. It's not quite, but like
I thought this was gonna look bad, but it's amazing. Thankfully, Magic Man didn't show up before our tasting because I want to put this in my mouth. Now to number 10, the
I just want to like take it and smush it down as hard as possible. Like I need it to be not as big. Like I need it to fit in my mouth. Like,
Simpsons Ribwich from Krusty Burger. You want this before the meat supply goes extinct. And speaking of meat, we used a mixture of ground pork, ground beef, and ground bacon because the actual meat is unnamed and may have more legs than a pig. Now, I'll let you decide if we added that. We mixed
this is gonna make me cry. A rig, you know, McDonald's figured that out. They just make the McRib every once in a while. It's fine. It's not amazing. I mean, it's from McDonald's, so, but like, I'm just upset.
the seasoned meat and shaped it into a rib-like patty, which we then cooked and lacquered in a nice barbecue sauce placed on a butter-toasted bun. And this probably looks nothing like
The secret is that Ribwich is technically vegan because it has no actual meat. Oh,
the
good.
imposter at Universal Studios. So prepare.
Oh my God. Okay, at Universal Studios, this was a long time ago, to be fair. At Universal Studios, in the little Simpsons area where there is like a food truck, quote unquote, for the Simpsons, they had like a bulgogi wrap or something. Like it was bulgogi something. And I bought that and it tasted really good. To be fair, this was like 8+ years ago, probably more than that. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. If you don't mess up the bulgogi, you can do almost anything with it. It's so good. Sneakerness, thank you for the
Chelzo one
resubscribing.
nom Chelzo one 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 nom.
Lordy. Y'all eating your cookies.
for pupil dilation.
Dude, this is
The imposter at Universal Studios, so prepare for pupil dilation.
Dude, this is absurd. I think if Jake the dog was real and he saw this right now, I feel like he'd be proud of us.
I'm stunned at how much this really looks like it came from Adventure Time. It's like somebody shined a magic ray into the TV and brought that drawing to life. It just has visual elements of that show all over it.
And then we have a very special, albeit much smaller, from The Simpsons, the Rib Witch, which I love that this has the seal that said, it's not just good, it's good enough. It does look hilariously more appetizing just because it's simple, right? You've got like the caramelized meat and a bun.
As someone who worked on The Simpsons for many years, I always thought that Krusty Burger was most closely aligned with Burger King. This looks to me like it's Burger King's version of McRib, so therefore I'm for the show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fair. Because like Burger King has this habit of elongating stuff. They now have like the long burgers. I don't know what they're called, but they're like longer. So yeah, I could see that.
Small and kind of sad looking.
It's not about size, it's about taste. So, let's taste.
There's a steak on here too, right?
Honestly, it's pretty good. What are y'all's first thoughts?
It's a lot. I don't even know if I got everything in that one bite.
I think it's pretty good. Like, my main problem is that it's just so huge, you can't get it into your mouth.
I kind of like it. The bar of practicality is in hell, but it tastes good. You got some fresh cucumber.
So I'm saying, first of all, you gotta squeeze it. You gotta press that shit. But then when you press it, stuff's gonna it's gonna ooze. It's gonna ooze and like stuff's just gonna come out of it, right? There's too much. It's too much. You're doing too much. Listen, as someone who doesn't eat a lot of sauces or a lot of things on their sandwiches, I'm very much a meat bread kind of person with maybe one sauce depending on the sauce. Like, go back to simplicity. Y'all doing too much. Y'all not even enjoying what you're eating sometimes. I feel like you put stuff on and you can't even taste all of it. So, like, I'm just saying.
Have some pickles.
This is a gnarly club sandwich. It's got poultry, bacon. I do like the two kinds of
I do want to eat that bacon, though. That bacon looked crispy. I love a crispy bacon.
cucumbers, a pickle and a fresh.
Okay, not bad. Now pitting it up against the Rib Witch. How do you feel about it?
Masterful job of approximating the level of quality that you'd find at Krusty Burger.
I kind of like that it was
Which means it's not high quality.
simple. In a weird way, I feel like if George Motes was here, he would eat this and be like, this is perfect. Texturally, it's not dry. It's definitely meaty. And the barbecue sauce on there is like a pretty, run-of-the-mill barbecue sauce, but everything pulled together into one sandwich.
If it's there, I'm eating it.
Yeah, 3 and a 2 and a 1. I almost voted for the Rib Witch, but what put me over the edge was, what would I go back and eat again and again? And honestly, the Adventure Time sandwich is good.
No.
It's just too damn.
No, I'm not agreeing with some of these. I'm agreeing with this one dude on the end, but like I'm not agreeing with these other two guys. There's too much going on. Like the other dude's like, I don't even know if I got everything in one bite. Like there's so much going on. Yes, agreed. And like, yeah, the Rib Witch is like multiple meats put together, but like, it's different. I don't know. Too much is going on. Too much is going on.
You would go back and eat it again and again, and it would still be there. That's how much sandwich is in there.
So, moving on.
It would
7,
still be
Jake's
there.
perfect sandwich beats the Simpsons Rib Witch to move on to the quarterfinals. On to our first quarterfinal matchup. Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle moves on to face our number 1 seeded Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
This could possibly be one of the most exciting things we could
You don't get lettuce on a burger. I feel like a texture thing. I could be wrong. I feel like it's a texture thing.
be making today. For me personally, I watch reruns of SpongeBob, and I have always wanted to try the Krabby
It's so round.
SpongeBob makes it differently almost every single time. Nickelodeon shows 23 ways, and the wiki has over 70. So get your King Neptune's Poseidon Powder Seasoned Patty cooking. We flip it with our trusty spatula. We top it with 2 pickles with ketchup smiley faces tucked under a slice of cheese. Aw. Then another pickle, because I saw an image that had a pickle here too, so why not? Top with sliced red onion, tomato, 1 nice leaf of lettuce, and on the other side of our
What? Not iceberg.
bun, mustard, and more ketchup. And the real secret ingredient, the one that nobody ever knew was there, love. I should also add that you can't forget to read it a bedtime story, which we did do off camera. And one thing's for sure, when we eat this, we did not forget the pickles, okay? It's there, let's eat.
We've made it to the quarterfinals. We have Howl's Moving Castle versus the Krabby Patty. This might be the most iconic food on the whole list.
Now, I always thought, even though Mr. Krabs runs the restaurant, that this was going to have crab in it.
Here's the theory. Mr. Crab is the only crab in the whole show. So is it made out of his family?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, off the bat, this is a better burger.
This is a really tough call, man. This is a good burger, but this is an excellent breakfast.
True.
This is generally a balanced burger. Properly seasoned, the cheese is proper. It's got pickles, lettuce, tomato. I feel like this is the most standard ingredients for a burger.
I was extremely happy with my burger.
Yeah, it's super good.
But it's competing against an excellent breakfast. I've had a lot of burgers that are like this.
Personally, I'd go with the breakfast, but that's just me. It does feel like just a standard burger. Like, it's a standard burger. It's what when you think of a burger, like, it's like, think of a cartoon of a burger or think of a picture of a burger. That's all the stuff that's gonna be on that burger mentally, right?
But I haven't really had a breakfast that's like this. This is the toughest call so far.
What would I have again and again? And I think I know my answer.
With a 3 and a 2 and a 1. Bing, 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 bing. Yes!
Dang.
SpongeBob, thank
I'm this guy. I'm just this guy. I'm agreeing with almost every single one of his takes. Almost every single one of them. If not all of them, I'm not sure, but still.
God.
This was the toughest call of this entire thing. I could have that burger twice a day for 50 years.
Also, nutritionally, the burger's probably better for you.
Honestly, I picked breakfast because I've had bacon and eggs, I've had bread, I've had cheese, and I have tea. But just the setup of all of that, I thought that beat the burger.
Have this for breakfast, have that for lunch, and have the Family Guy panini for dinner.
And then for
Shut up,
dessert,
no.
the toilet. Moving on.
So the Krabby Patty moves into the semifinals. Now we have the number 12 seeded Sanji's Curry facing regular show's Ultimatum Sandwich. I'm gonna be honest, this is a
Oh, God. Look at it. Oh, what is in the middle? Is that meatloaf? Based on the ketchup, I feel like it's meatloaf, but there's also cheese. What is that? Oh, God.
When I first saw this, I thought, wow, there's no way that's possible. Supposedly, it's only made once.
Oh,
every 100
nope. It's just. I feel the stomach ache that would give me. I feel my arteries clogging. I feel like my heart struggling. Oh my God. Oh God.
So thank God, after we make this, we won't have to see it again. We'll start by deep frying 2 burger patties and making them into cheeseburgers. Believe it or not, those will
Deep frying. Oh, why did I pick this video to watch? Oh my God, this is upsetting me. What do you mean deep fry? Ugh. Oh God. I'm gonna go do my saltines.
then become our bun.
Oh.
Take a separate cooked cheeseburger and wrap with ground beef. Delectable. And sear on all sides until cooked through. Horrific. Now, place your cheeseburger stuffed burger on the bottom cheeseburger bun and add your Himalayan ketchup, which is Heinz spiced with Himalayan aromatics, which hopefully Pops would approve of. Now crown it with your other deep fried burger, and I guess that's it. I would allow Benson to eat this before I got to it, if I'm being honest. I don't think that there's anybody that really actually wants this.
Is there a f***ing burger in that thing?
There's a burger inside this burger. I worked on a regular show.
Really? How did that work? What was that like?
It was fun. It was J.G. Quintel had a short, and they were like, "Do you help him come up with all the necessary stuff to convince the executives that this can be a series?" And we did. We came up with the first 4 episodes and like a sort of little Bible for the show and stuff. It was really fun.
That's amazing. Sanji's Curry versus the Ultimatum.
Please, for the love of God, Sanji's Curry. That just, it's upsetting to me. It's hurting my feelings that the fact that that exists in real life. Like, please, for the love of God, Sanji's Curry.
There are parts of my brain that say this is good, and there are other parts of my brain that say I don't like that.
It's actually very similar to the Adventure Time sandwich, and that's kind of crazy and too big. The elements are all good.
There's a starchiness to it I can't quite explain.
It's the other burger that's inside the meat.
Yeah, like steamed it, spun.
It's a tidal wave of burger flavors all kind of mushed up together.
If you just dip your spoon in that and taste it, and then tell me what you like more. I mean, look, let's just call it a day. It's Sanji's Curry.
It's not a fair competition.
This could possibly be a part of your fault.
Theoretically, yes, I wasn't involved with this particular burger, but I think this is actually pretty good.
I don't disagree.
Almost any food of any kind would have a hard time competing against this.
I will say, ultimately, end of the day, the Ultimatum, not
Good.
bad. A little
No.
weird, a little too much. It's really just a cheesy ketchup.
Okay, this is what people think Americans eat. This is dead ass what when they think of like, oh, American foods, they think like this kind of shit. Most people don't eat shit like this. Oh my God. Oh, that is disgusting. Again, it hurts my feelings that they made this exist in real life.
It should be burger.
It's like a triple reverse Juicy Lucy.
Yeah, so we're gonna triple reverse ourselves to the restroom, and we'll see you in just a moment. And
Where we're gonna go possibly throw up. Yep.
Saji's Curry continues its Cinderella run to face the #1 seeded Krabby Patty in this series. On to the next, number 3, Ratatouille versus number 6, Garfield's Lasagna. Ratatouille, possibly one of my most favorite movies of all time. Who would have guessed, right? Funny thing is, 3-star Michelin chef Thomas Keller, one of the greats, actually consulted on the film and provided the ratatouille recipe that finally broke Anton Ego. It starts by spreading a pepper tomato sauce in the bottom of a skillet, then starting at the edge of a pan, lay down your very thinly sliced vegetables, zucchini, yellow squash, Japanese eggplant, and a fresh, vine-ripened tomato. Repeat until the pan is filled, or just do what the rat says. Sprinkle a mixture of garlic, oil, thyme leaves, and salt and pepper over the vegetables. Top with parchment paper and bake. Remove and then perfectly align in a cylinder mold onto a plate. This is a very old school way of plating, guys.
That seems like a lot. Thank you for the follow. That seems like a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go with lasagna. This seems like a lot.
Drizzle a little pepper tomato vinaigrette around the plate, top with 1 strand of a chive, and probably don't tell anybody that a rat made this.
it is the cat versus the rat. You're gonna say no to this guy? I feel like we needed this. Our bodies needed this.
It's so much
To be
healthier.
fair, yeah, I was about to say it might be a very great like palate cleanser. It might make you feel like all of the cholesterol you just ingested got cleared out like a magic potion.
All the other stuff we made.
It's balanced. It's acidic. It's sweet. It's earthy.
Here's the thing, ratatouille to me has never been a knock your socks off dish, and oftentimes it's served as a side, and I think them serving it as a main kind of as a statement about the beauty of simplicity and how it's all about great technique, and it's tomatoey, it's lightly sweet, a little bit of tartness too. Even though there's only 2 textures, the textures are nice, the vegetables are cooked nicely.
I think there may be a version of lasagna out there somewhere that's better than this ratatouille, but it's not this one.
Interesting.
That's
1, 2,
fair.
3.
Ayo!
Hard not to give it to Remy because Remy is cute. I'm sorry, ratatouille's not that crazy. Go make it. It's delicious. It's just not better than a nice, meaty, cheesy lasagna. I mean, it's not even a fair competition.
I can't believe I'm sticking up for vegetables, which I normally dislike. I've disliked this dish for the first 30 years of my life. But I'd say honestly, in this competition, I think this is the winner.
Looks like
Maybe you think that way because you just had to go through the trauma of whatever the fucking meat thing was that we just saw.
the cat won this time.
It's because he knows. He knows what the audience wants to hear. But unfortunately, I know and I don't care. Moving on. So the lasagna moves.
I would also argue there was nothing super simple about that. I feel like the idea that ratatouille is simple, but the way they make it is not necessarily simple, depending.
On to claim our 3rd semi-final seat. On to our last quarterfinal matchup to see who takes the final spot in the semis. Number 7, Jake's Perfect Sandwich versus number 2, Gotcha Roast Pork from Food Wars. This comes from Food Wars, a manga turned
Oh, it looks good.
competition show
It looks good. Please don't be one of the weird ones. It looks good.
I've ever seen. It's also incredibly inappropriate. So if you are
Incredibly
under the age of
inappropriate.
18, maybe you should not be watching this show. Anyway, this dish saved the main character's family's restaurant, but can it win our competition? We start by steaming chopped white
Yes, it is the Foodgasm anime/manga. Yes.
potatoes until soft, and we brew water.
It's from Food Wars. Can't be that weird. Dude did a whole thing about dipping octopus in peanut butter or honey. One of them. I don't remember. They had some weird stuff. Peanut butter squid. There you go. It was squid, not octopus. Peanut butter squid. He did some weird stuff.
Onion and king oyster mushrooms, saute them in butter. We'll then mix them with the mashed potatoes. This is an interesting direction. We shape the potatoes with plastic wrap like a compound butter, put it in the fridge to get nice and solid. Then we lay our thick cut bacon nice and neatly. Bring back our mashed potato, wrap the bacon all the way around.
Unfortunately, they have lost me. This is way much more involved than I thought. But we'll see.
Wrap it all up in plastic wrap to keep together. Tighten it up. Now you're gonna have to freeze it a little while. Now tie it with twine. Tuck rosemary underneath the string. Then into the oven goes the quote-unquote roast. Now the sauce. Red wine into a saucepan followed by sweet sake and soy sauce. Reduce that down till syrupy and mount with a lot of butter. Now remove your roast when the bacon is crispy. Pour your sauce over it. Top with a few pieces of watercress and serve.
Our final quarterfinal matchup, we have the classic from Food Wars versus Adventure Time.
It's just mashed potato bacon. I know, but like I just like bacon by itself. I don't like bacon in stuff. Bacon is really has a really overpowering flavor. Which is funny because I feel like um pork belly doesn't, you know? But like bacon has a very rich flavor. And so it overwhelms stuff. I also don't like things touching, but it overwhelms the other flavors of the stuff. Also, I'm not big on onions, and they put onions in the mashed potatoes, so
It's, first of all, presentation-wise, stunning.
it is.
It's really good and really weird at the same time. It's very fatty yet acidic. The smokiness from the bacon, the creaminess in the mashed potatoes. Texturally, it's kind of interesting, right? You got this like sticky glaze enrobed by this part sticky, part crispy, part chewy, part fatty bacon that kind of mixes all together with that puree of potato. Flavor-wise is not blowing my dress up.
Theoretically, all it is an elevated version of mashed potatoes with bacon on top. First of all, its texture is remarkable, but it's also got this glaze. I come and go on every second. Like, I'm like, oh, I like this glaze. Oh, I hate this glaze. So
I agree. I want to like it and I want to hate it, but it's one of those things where it's like, I got to taste it again to see what I really feel.
precisely. Now this is the Adventure Time sandwich in a more reasonable size. Seems promising. Now this is a tough call. Both
And the more reason y'all cheating. What do you mean more reasonable size? Fuck off. Do it the actual size.
of these dishes are seriously flawed, but they're also both good in a very weird way. The sandwich is much more manageable now than it's ever been, but it also sort of everything that I don't really like it as much as I thought.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way when I ate it. 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Wow. Gotcha roast pork from Food Wars.
It looks really good. Look at it. Look at it. That looks nice.
I will say it's a bit weird of a dish, but it was better than the Adventure Time sandwich by a pretty strong margin, and I think that it might be one of the most beautiful dishes.
Absolutely.
But that's not what made it win. What made it win was the uniqueness of flavor.
It made me question a lot of things, though.
Moving on. And the number 2 seeded Gotcha Roast Pork moves on to face Garfield's Lasagna in the semifinals. Now, our first semifinal matchup. The number 1 seeded Krabby Patty versus the number 12 seed, our underdog, Sanji's Curry. This is a strong battle. This is a hard decision. It's actually our least.
Do you want curry or burger? That's kind of what it is.
For versus our most voted for. Honestly, they're both equally flavorful.
Seasoned well.
That was the back of your spoon, my guy. What?
Honestly, they're both equally flavorful.
Seasoned well. Addicting.
Yeah, I have my answer.
You do?
Yeah, I do actually. Because I know what I want to go back to and take another bite of. All right, 1, 2, 3. And it's
Oh, yeah, I agree with this guy. I agree. As much as I like burgers, I like plain burgers, but like, I don't know, man. I don't even eat curry. I just feel like you can I don't know. Maybe I just feel like you could do more with curry, but I guess if you're going like this specific curry, I don't know.
a win for the Krabby Patty.
Look at him.
And my only criteria was I could eat one of these every day for a year. The curry I would be sick of after eating for 60 straight days.
Yeah, I'm already tired of it after eating it 3 times now. It is absolutely delicious, but it's
So that doesn't feel fair though. Like I've eaten it 3 times, so I'm bored of it. This is only the second time he's eaten the Krabby Patty. That feels unfair. I feel like you just got burnt out eating the same thing over and over and over again because of how you ranked it. That's annoying. Eastern cultures can eat curry every day. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I do agree with the dude over here. 100% I agree with this dude. I have been agreeing with this dude. I don't even eat these things, guys. So maybe I shouldn't have an opinion. But still. Yeah, flavor fatigue 100%. Yeah.
powerfully flavorful. I'm gonna want this on a specific day at a specific time, and it's gonna beat any other option there could ever be. But I could eat this year round all the time.
It could be a personal thing where maybe I'm just tired of burgers.
That would make sense.
When a man is tired of burgers, he's tired of life.
But that said, SpongeBob.
No, you can get tired of burger. You can get tired of anything, first of all. But like, y'all had so many fucking sandwiches. Almost the grand majority of stuff on this list is some type of sandwich, I feel. There was like or at least half the stuff maybe was a sandwich. I don't know. I feel like they had a lot of sandwiches. Am I wrong? I feel like they had a lot of sandwiches. They had like the burger, The meat witch, whatever the hell that was, the not crusty crab. I mean, yeah, crusty crab, but like the Simpsons one, and then like the Adventure Time. They had 4 sandwiches. Yeah, they had 4 sandwiches. So I feel like they just had a lot of sandwich stuff. I don't know.
Krabby Patty wins and moves on to the finals. So let's see who's gonna join them there. We have Food Wars versus Garfield. The sauce is so odd.
It's an anomaly. I kind of know my vote, weirdly.
Cheer 100. You forgot the car panini Chelsor.
Oh god, that is so loud. You're right. I did forget the car panini. I forgot that I turned these down, and they're. Hold on. Where's my mouse? There we go. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, so 5 technical sandwiches because of the car panini. I don't know. Western people, I guess, are more used to eating just sandwiches a lot. Like, we eat a lot of sandwiches. We're more bread culture than we are like rice culture, right? So maybe that's part of it. Like, we're just used to eating that. I still feel like it got robbed. Thank you for head pats. I still feel like the Sanji's curries got robbed. Again, I don't actually have a dog in this fight. I don't eat either of those. I eat very plain burgers, and I don't eat curry at all. But still, I just feel like it was robbed.
Same SpongeBob conundrum. I like this a little better. This one somehow lights up something in my brain that is not.
Also, 100%, the Krabby Patty's just going to win. Because the lasagna, they're kind of like, lasagna. And this is like got weird flavors. So straight up, the Krabby Patty was just set up to win. I feel like the last fucking thing should have been Krabby Patty versus Sanji. I feel like they should have done like the Sanji thing like later down to knock the lasagna out early. That's just me pretty much.
Usually lit up. Lasagna I've had a million times.
3, 2, 1. Gotcha! It's the most unique. I mean, the lasagna is kind of just a mid lasagna. But the gotcha roast pork, it's tasty and unusual, but it's good. It's like porky and smoky, and the potato has a nice texture. It's got crispy, chewy, fatty, and the bitterness that's in the sauce from reducing all that wine works because of the richness of it.
Bitter is an underrated flavor profile.
Yeah.
And it shines a lot more than I thought it should, but it's also shining.
Food Wars wins this one. They move on to the finals. Now, they do get out, and
the ramen getting taken out early was also sad. I have like a slight, like, I get it, Naruto versus One Piece, haha. They shouldn't, I don't feel like they should have put those against one another, to be honest, because you had like 2 very iconic-ish like Asian dishes, and you knocked them out. You knocked one of them out immediately because you put them against each other. Like, I don't know. That's just me. Especially if you're gonna have 5 different freaking sandwiches. I don't know. I feel like they kind of knocked down the amount of variety they had pretty early on.
we find our winner. The number 1 seeded Krabby Patty versus the number 2 seeded Gotcha Roast Pork. It's a heavyweight versus heavyweight showdown for the crown of which car.
They're gonna... The one dude, black shirt dude, might go for the roasted pork, maybe, because he was like, maybe I'm just tired of burgers or whatever. The other 2 are gonna vote for the burger. Watch it.
Cartoon has the best food. Things are changing for this vote. We're not just gonna eat it and pick one. We're gonna eat, give it a score out of 10, eat the next, and give that a score out of 10, and then whichever one adds up to be the
Dude is wearing a shirt that says bread.
highest score out of 10 amongst the 3 of us will be our winner. You guys don't seem that excited.
This is the 4th or 5th time we've had each one of these.
We're tired. What tastes good while you're tired counts.
Yeah, that's true. You're kind of like at your most critical.
Like, I don't even want food, but which food would I want more?
First, we're gonna vote for the Gotcha Roast Pork. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Wow, high rating. We're gonna have to see resounding 8s on this or more. So let's vote for the Krabby Patty. 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
25.3 for the Krabby Patty. It takes the title, it takes the win. If it's good enough for King Neptune, it is good enough for us.
You guys just like burgers. Out of all the things, you probably eat more burgers than you eat anything else. And you just like burgers. I'm sorry, y'all can be mad at me. It's totally fine. Hold on, let me take a drink. But I feel like also, yes, SpongeBob is a more popular, like, thing, but it's not supposed to be on the popularity of the show, it's supposed to be on how good the food is. I disagree with what their brackets went up against personally, especially very early on. That is me personally. I don't know. I just feel like you guys like burgers. Burgers are good. Don't get me wrong. I can eat burgers all the time. That is fine. But me looking at this going like they're just going to vote for the Krabby Patty, like I don't know. Especially because like they even mentioned themselves like I'm I'm tired of eating things. Like I don't want to really eat anything. What am I going to want to eat when I'm tired? A fucking burger. Why? Cuz it's easy. Burgers can be easy. Can they be difficult? Yes, but they're also easy. I have feelings.
This feels satisfying to my childhood and possibly childhoods around the world. Flavor-wise, this one pound for pound kept making me want to come back for another bite.
Out of everything we've tasted, the Krabby Patty made a statement.
There's a reason why the Krabby Patty
Ah!
is so successful all over the world for over 100 years. It's because they're timeless and you don't get
I'm so sorry for that.
Out of everything we've tasted, the Krabby Patty made a statement.
There's a reason why the Krabby Patty and similar burgers have been so successful all over the world for over 100 years. It's because they're timeless and you don't get sick of them. These other dishes
There it
are
is.
remarkably delicious, but they have a bit of a shelf life. Not to say that they're not.
I feel it's a cultural thing. Because if you go to other cultures and ask them the same thing, they might say something completely different. Like, they might be like, "Oh, no, ratatouille is timeless. I can eat that whenever." Or, like, curry is basically timeless. I can eat this whenever. I don't get tired of it. It doesn't have a shelf life, whereas burgers do. This is a cultural thing.
Delicious, but my taste buds get a little tired of that after 4 or 5 dishes of it. Whereas my taste buds continue to be delighted by a cheeseburger far past that point.
It always delivers. And that being said, we hope that you felt that we delivered. And if you didn't, please don't say anything. Subscribe. Bye.
Too late. I said something. I said something verbally. I said it. I said it. Hold on. I got another little mini thing I gotta look up. I'm gonna warn you, this clip sounds bad. It sounds bad. All right.
Oh, yeah. Peanut butter cup, Doritos, sausage, car panini. And let's crack a Cadbury egg over the whole thing. Just gonna use my spare glove compartment underwear as a napkin. I can't believe Randy Quaid gets to eat like this every day.
Why would anyone want to eat like that every day? That is disgusting. That is disgusting, and your doctor is probably like, "You're gonna die." That is disgusting. Oh my god. Oh, it's just so bad. It's so bad. Ugh.